Yeah. All right, 73.
Woo!
73.
73.
Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Word on the Street podcast, episode 73 in this motherfucker. It's crazy, bro. 73.
I haven't done an alarm noise in a while. Yeah. Yo, what was up with you last week? You kept dropping the mic.
It kept falling off my hoodie.
Oh, I wanted to do like a mic counter of every time you dropped. It was like 7 times.
It kept falling, bro.
I was like, bro.
I was getting upset.
I've never seen you drop the mic so much.
It kept. I know. It just every like 2 fucking topics, bro. It just kept falling.
How's your day been going, man?
Yeah, I had to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze.
Pineapple. Oh man,
I think that helped.
That didn't work. It usually works.
I'm doing good. I just want to start this episode by saying like, subscribe, do all that. Please. Go comment down below. I love you guys.
Yes, sir.
Another thing we got to say is we have the Feist and Friends event.
Oh, yeah.
It's either this weekend or next weekend, guys. So if you guys are watching this, Feist and Friends, this is the flyer right here. This is the flyer right here. So if you guys are watching this,
you're hilarious.
While you're watching this,
yeah.
Please come to the event. And if I already passed, thank you guys for coming to the event. But I don't think so. I think
no, this is before.
Yes, this is definitely before.
So please show up.
Yes, please come. Please support. You don't even have to buy anything. There's gonna be
show some love.
There's gonna be a little Super Mario Bro gaming. There's gonna be a whole bunch of little giveaways. There's gonna be a place where you can take photos with your friends. There's gonna
100%.
be burgers there. So
100%.
many cool stuff, guys. Please pull up. It's gonna be so much fun. I just wanted to start this episode by saying that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the week's been good. It's been a crazy week. I feel like there's been like anything that could go wrong has gone wrong this week with like my car, fucking my tire the other day, and like just everything this whole week has been.
But that was wild. I'm on the phone with you and I hear and I was like, yo.
Yeah, bro, that shit was crazy.
Bro did not turn hard enough.
No. Luckily it wasn't an expensive fix. It was like $16. So
hey, shouts out Discount Tire.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, it was it's been a crazy week to say the least, but I'm glad we're filming this. I'm glad we're doing it. I got the photo or the video shoot for the BYU shirts this Sunday at 11. So we can talk about it because the video's been already out by this time.
By the time you guys see this, is the video going crazy.
Yeah.
You better got your Super Soakers tee.
They're gone by now, bro.
Yeah.
That video is gonna do it. So this was the idea. Me and Gooba sat down. We talked on ChatGPT, kind of figured it out, what we wanted to do. The idea I ended up going with was the like homie walks up to the corner.
Oh yeah.
Just la looks to his watch and then looks up and his homie walks up and he's just soaking, you know?
Yeah.
And then he just asks his homie like, what's going on with you or what's up with you? Something along those lines. And then his homie just kind of really happy, just, I don't know, kind of some way he's expressing how happy or overjoyed he is.
Yeah.
Without saying any words, you know? We haven't filmed it yet, so I'm still kind of trying to figure out the little details.
The expressions and stuff.
So yeah, that's kind of like what I'm really stressing on right now is the dude is down to get wet. Then I have another dude that's not down to get wet. Nice. It was crazy to like put a model call out like that because I had way more people. Like I'm not saying like a fucking millions of people. I just had like a couple, like 20, maybe 15 people hit me up and okay, I'm down. But I was specifically looking because like it needs to be a white person or else it doesn't look Mormon. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if it's like some guy with face tats, fucking Luis.
But you also kind of want to do like a Wigga kind of vibe. So it kind of like goes with the aesthetic as well, you know?
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You feel? So I kind of had to,
yeah.
You know? So the homie that's down to get wet, he's like a barber homie. Shout out him. I forgot his Instagram. I shout out the homie. And then the other homie hit me up. He's also a white homie. He was like, yo, I'm down to do it. He plays football. Kind of, you know, fits already the aesthetic of the homie. So that was cool. And there was a bunch of other like models that actually hit me up and stuff. Like, oh, my friend sent me this. Like, so I couldn't like really use them because some of them were like, are you paying? And I'm like, no, you're getting it for sure. You know, like, so yeah, there was other models that hit me up too. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. But luckily, I told them like, hey, just because it didn't work out this time doesn't mean that next time I don't got you, you know? Yeah. So luckily, I got some models lined up for the future. That was pretty cool. I didn't realize how much like if your brand, like if people really fuck with your brand, that's gonna be like a good way of getting models. I always like kind of thought of that as like a weird way of getting a model, like, but realistically, bro, people are waiting for you to post something like that because they want to take that opportunity.
Yeah, And also, it's like it's a good opportunity for you because just because that person follows you doesn't mean anyone in their known circle or basis
Follow
follows
me,
you.
yeah.
So even having them model as you, like I think people are like, oh, my friend model, like that's such a cool
Oh,
thing
my
for
friend was in this
people.
video. Look, haha.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that's another cool thing. And then I mean, I just want to talk about like the two things specifically. I mean, we talked about it last time, but how like good Chat GPT is. Like at the end of the day, if you don't use it, it's gonna be against you. Like it's obviously going to. And then another thing is like at the end of the day, though, just because you have Chat GPT doesn't mean everyone knows how to use it. Like I seen people online like they're asking for designers and all that, and then some people will be like comment like use AI this and that for like your mock up this and that blah blah, and they'll be like I don't know how. So get to that. And then the second thing is just the scalability. Like the commercial, like the whole commercial thing, I really like the idea of doing something like this, or like in general, just for any type of brand, because it scales your brand so much higher. I think having like a commercial kind of vibe gives the sales that sales vibe. It goes from like, oh, it's just, pictures of clothes and just like some clothing brand to like, oh, look, he's doing like commercials. Like, so I think at the end of the day, that's why I was like, we got to like write it, kind of scripted it out, kind of figure it out, because then it's like, it looks professional, regardless if it's done on a phone or on a camera or whatever. Like making sure it looks good enough for people to, because even then you got to think about like it's got to be fucking landscape, not
Yeah.
horizontal. Because
Well, think about it like this, bro. Yeah, the commercial seems intimidating, right? Like what I just told you guys is like, whoa, okay, that seems very intimidating.
yeah,
Realistically, bro, I need that tripod.
yeah,
Okay, I need that tripod. Set it up on the corner of the street.
get like a good
Put my
angle.
phone in the 0.5 angle so it just kind of gets the whole layout.
Yeah,
I'm gonna probably need the mic so when homie talks to his other homie, you can really hear him. You know
yeah,
what I mean? But he's not gonna get wet anyway, so it doesn't
it
really
doesn't
matter.
matter. Yeah,
You know? And then I need to figure out a way, which is what I'm stressing out right now, on how to get water from my house in American Fork to,
oh,
you know,
that I say that'll be easy ish if you can get like two buckets, like two big buckets.
where are we finding the buckets? What's the other
Home
thing?
Depot, Lowe's.
I don't want to buy buckets.
All
So
right.
I was thinking buying them, using them with just
And
water,
then returning them.
returning
Yeah,
it,
perfect. Perfect. And then
So
I was gonna say, I mean, it's a little closer to your house, like your parents'
that Home
house.
Depot right there?
Or well, I thought the school. Like I'm in the
Oh,
school.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I would say like even just filling them up there. If you get two big buckets, maybe three, because if you need like three tries at least,
We
like
don't, that's another thing is we don't get 3 tries because he's going to be completely drenched.
yeah, oh yeah.
His footsteps are going to be on the sidewalk from the previous attempts. So we get one shot.
Well, fingers
So
crossed it's hot
what
enough
I
they
was
dry
what I
out.
was planning on doing was rehearsing it a couple times
Yeah,
before we get him
the
wet.
actual
So
shoot.
once like so not really for them because it's not like they have so many fucking lines that they have to,
No, but for us,
But for
like
me,
yeah,
mainly just to be like, okay, this is the scope
that's the
of,
angle. That's the yep.
yeah. So that's mainly the thing, like
Where you're
for, yeah.
standing.
And then I was gonna like zoom into his face when he kind of like is overjoyed, like like the shirt, whatever. I was gonna
Yeah.
like zoom into his face like an old school movie, like Quentin Tarantino type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but okay. So realistically, you just gotta set up the camera. Gotta have a mic for one line, and then I gotta get a shot of homie looking at his watch, which is like just hold the phone over him looking at his
Yeah, just
watch,
like
you know. And then I have to just get the shot of like him looking at his homie, like, what are you doing? But those two shots can be taken out of order
yeah, yeah.
because
It
it's
doesn't
not
matter.
like, you know what I mean?
And
It's not
even
like,
then, like you could, because you could, it'd be cool because with the point five, like you do like an overhead, and so like he picks up his watch, and then it cuts right there to where it's just standing face forward, and as the homie walks in,
mhm.
then you can see, and then it zooms in. I
Yeah.
think that'd be like super easy. But yeah, like you said, there's no specific order in how we do this shit or how you do it.
So
But
I
I
was just
think
thinking of getting those two up close shots of him, like, what are you doing? Or what's up with you? Like close up of him first and then
oh, like a transition.
yeah.
Okay.
And then
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was gonna be like,
one take.
no, I thought it was gonna be like this, like a front shot, and then like
It's gonna be like
a open
empty. It's gonna
shot.
be like empty corner,
Yeah,
okay? Then homie walks in,
yeah,
and then it's like him looking at his watch, but then it cuts to like
yeah,
and then it cuts back, and then you just see him kind of put his watch down,
yeah.
looks over,
And that's
and
when
then it
home.
cuts to him like close up, like, what's up with you?
Oh,
And
okay.
then it cuts back out,
Fire.
and then it's homie like all
Oh,
wet,
drench.
you
Okay.
know?
Yeah, that is fire
So
actually.
that
Yeah.
was like the idea. like kind of just have a couple cuts so it looks more edited.
Yeah,
Because if you do just one angle, it's just
it's
kind of
also
like
like
okay, they had a tripod.
very simple.
But if you do like even two little cuts, it's like oh shit.
Yeah, like throw two angles and
Yeah,
people be
like
like,
oh
"This is
wow,
the
this is a
production
production,
on
bro.
this."
Yes, that's the idea.
By the way, this is literally how brands think. Like, literally, the main thing is you want to awe your consumer. Like, you want your consumer to be like, "Oh my goodness, like this is what I want," or "Ha ha
There's
ha,"
gonna be
like,
people watching this and being like, why the fuck are they talking about this commercial? And then there's gonna be people watching this and be like, whoa, this is how the commercial was shot. You
yeah.
know, like so I don't know. You can be on either side of the spectrum. But me personally, if there was a brand that I fuck with and they were on those podcasts talking about how we're gonna shoot this
Oh,
commercial, I would be hyped, bro.
yeah.
I would be like, holy fuck,
And well, I kind of now that we're getting into this, I should have fucking
let's get
written
into it.
down the brand because this kind of correlates with
Yo,
it.
I want to give a shout out to Avant Space real
Oh
quick
yeah,
too.
shout
They
out
put
Von
me on their
Space.
app.
Oh, they
Shout out
did,
Avant Space, yo.
bro.
Hoodlum is on the Avant Space
Let's
app now. Go
go.
download the
Go
Avant
download Von
Space
Space
app.
app. Go.
You're gonna shop Hoodlum drops on there and stuff. It's not all the way set up. My profile is maybe 50% of the way set up, but we're working on it.
That's
Yeah, shout
fire.
out them. I really appreciate them. Sent me an email the other day and they're like, "There's plenty of brands, but we chose you because you were one of the first people that fuck with us."
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, shout out you guys. Shout out Avant Space. Shout out Gooba for putting me on because
Hey,
if it
bro. Fuck
wasn't
it.
for Gooba, I wouldn't even have known about the app. And Gooba really, that's you gotta have friends like Gooba around, bro, that are gonna push you and motivate you. Like even times when like I don't like see the potential in myself or I don't see what I can do, like Gooba's there to be like, no, bro, you got that shit, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's all
shout
about
out.
reaching out. I mean, shit. Today, I mean, doesn't really correlate when we drop this video, but I mean, we shouted out Soul Street.
Yeah, shout out
Bro,
the
he
boy.
shout out him, bro. He reshared it, showed love, and then we got 1,000 views off that
Real quick, bro.
real fast. Literally off of love. Did not ask him to reshare. Did not even text him. Literally
And he put
followed
the
him.
rocket
Oh
emojis.
yeah, fire.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah, and tagged us big up
Yeah.
in front. So shout out him. But yeah, getting into it. You sent me this reel like last week about what was it? The backlash of rebranding.
Hmm.
And so fuck, I can't remember the name of the brand on the video. It was something Bottega, something like that. But so this brand he blew up. His stuff was like high street wear. It was like cut and sew stuff with like the distressing and all of
But it
that.
was still like affordable.
Yeah, it was fairly priced. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, I was just like breaking down the product, but yeah,
Yeah.
fairly priced, like $100. Hats were like 105. Still, out of pocket, but like for a specific type of consumer, very affordable. Yeah,
Hmm.
and for the style that he's selling for, it makes sense.
It's like he's making Balenciaga style clothes at like the tenth of the price.
Yep, for the regular wear. So he on one of his drops, he did like a big amount of money. I think he said like
Like 500,000
yeah,
or some shit
some
like
big
that.
number, big number. And well, he took from that as a lesson to like rebrand and expand. And so what he thought he was going to do is make the brand a little bougier, kind of stay to the same aesthetic, a little more expensive,
It
and
looks more expensive
it
too.
you can definitely tell, yeah. And but the prices are very outrageous.
Now they're
They go
four or
from
500.
three to $500, and people are complaining about it. And so, kind of what the breakdown of the video was, it's like, what's the difference of like growing too fast and outgrowing your consumer, or not even focusing on who your consumer actually is and just setting yourself up for failure. And so, kind of with like your video, because obviously you're not rebranding and all that, but like with the commercial, this is helping focus more on like the consumers that are gonna like this type of style of like clothes, especially like what's the word I keep using that the shirt is like it's irony since it's so ironic, like, and it's goofy, it's playful.
Mhm.
The type of consumer that's gonna come to this shirt is gonna be the type of person you want this shirt. The people that are like, oh yeah, I soaked the BYU. So I just I think it's important to know who you're selling to, because if your brand goes from like $100 production to $300 production, and that affects all the costs of your stuff, and people don't understand why, then they're just gonna leave you behind. And
It's like FTP. If they just start making high fashion shit now, ain't nobody gonna buy that because it's
yeah,
like, well, you've been selling $28 t-shirts your whole brand.
yeah. Now it's what 100,
Yeah,
like
now $100 t-shirts, like okay,
yeah, and so I think that's one thing is like focusing on your consumer is really important, even if you're rebranding. If you're rebranding, the biggest thing is like, what's the reason you're rebranding for? So is it one consumer aesthetic?
Did you get sued by Nike? So then you have to stop selling shoes and you can only sell belts and bags now.
They're back to shoes, by the
Oh
way.
my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, stuff like that. You know, you really like a rebrand. You want to check off every checklist before you actually rebrand because you will end up in the same spot.
And then like you want to keep your consumer in the loop,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let
you
them know.
know?
Hey, the brand is changing. We've innovated. We're
Yeah,
updating. We're rebranding. We're the people that fuck with you.
are gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, and so if you let them know, they'll even fuck with you even harder because you're being straightforward from the get go and being like, look, things are about to get more expensive, but the quality is going to be better, the products are going to be better, and the brand overall is going to be a whole different, better brand. So I think just clarification of all that is so important, and then just not outgrowing too fast. At the end of the day, like Sunday, let's use them as an example. You if you're growing too fast, my biggest example for this is like them doing their drops so often. It's not really growing fast. It's more like of a rushing thing. But in a sense, you think you have so much fire shit, you have so much cool shit, and that your brand can grow fast enough to drop all that shit. But then you slow down because you don't have any more. And
You
also,
know what's something I want to talk about?
huh?
But we'll get into it in a
No, hold
second.
on. What?
No. It goes in with the. I forgot. There's a topic that goes into
Oh,
it. So
okay.
you're good. You're good.
And so yeah, growing too fast, thinking you can drop all these things and not allowing your consumer to actually take in everything and consume all the items is only going to burn you out than make you grow.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it looks cool to have all these items on your website and all that, but don't let it be from just one drop. And if you're doing collections, then go ahead, do it that way. But if you are doing like a drop per month, two drops per month, that's how you're going to stack up your website, and that's how you're going to grow at a good rate. And obviously it's not going to work for everybody. Some people might be able to do it super fast, but also like you have to think about the consumer. You have to think about cost. Like, you think people can buy every week a pair of new pants? Like, no. You think they can buy shoes? And at the end of the day, people will if they want to, but you still kind of have to balance things out, and that way you're not $6,000 in debt sitting on a bunch of things because you decided I'm gonna make these 6,000 back, and now you're sitting on so much product that you dropped all at once when you
Hmm.
could have split it out. But what's your
So I just wanted to bring up, just like Guba said, there's a brand that I've noticed that used to drop lots of collections, or I don't know how many because I haven't been up to them for that long. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't know if you've noticed this drop wave that they've been doing has been one piece at a time.
who?
This brand I'm talking about is a Comey. Shout out to
Oh, shout
Comey.
out Kobe. This is a good
Um,
transition. Really good
they
transition.
uh they've been dropping their new collection, but I've noticed that the collection has been dropping piece by piece, week by week.
Yeah.
So every week they'll have like a send us this emoji if you want exclusive access to this piece, and then that piece drops either this week or the next week, right? And then they do that. But what I used to notice was Gabby dropped his last collection, and it had shoes, and it had pants, and it had shorts, and it had a jersey, and it had all this other stuff. I'm not saying that's bad,
Yeah.
but I think he realized maybe a collection wasn't the wave. I haven't talked to Gabby. I don't know. This is just me putting this together. I could be 100% wrong.
Yeah.
But I think he realized maybe a collection isn't the wave, but he made a collection. He just didn't drop it
All at once.
all at once.
Yeah.
He dropped one piece, then he dropped another. Because if you notice, he did the camo in blue,
Yeah.
then he did the camo in black.
Yeah.
So that's a collection.
Yeah. He's just
Everything that he's
separating.
dropping is a collection if you realize it.
Yeah.
It all
It
goes in
goes
one
together.
collection.
Yep.
But the way he's dropping it is different. And it looks like he's dropping so many things,
But he's not.
but he's dropping one collection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can drop one collection, and how many people are going to remember it?
Yeah.
Not that
It's
many.
too quick.
Yeah, but if you drop like, whoa, those were some sick ass shoes he just dropped.
Yeah.
Damn, man, he just dropped some sick ass pants. Oh my god, now he has a sick ass shirt.
Yeah.
Holy, you know what I mean? It's like
Eh,
every week he's dropping fire, and that whole collection together would have been fucking fire, bro.
Yeah.
But you look at it and you're just like, that's a lot of pieces.
And well, this is one thing I want to add on that I've noticed from that exactly too is like the breakdown of it. So they're doing one item per week or so, but they're also letting the consumer
Breathe.
consume it. They're
Yeah.
letting them. How many drops did they do for their Letterman jacket? And they showed all things. They showed the behind the scenes, the cool photo shoots, all that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're letting you see it. They're letting you enjoy it and live it. And you're like, wow, this is beautiful.
And if
Next
you
thing,
notice, all of it's selling.
yeah, it all
It's
sells.
selling out. And like, I don't want to be that guy, but you go look at his other collection, and it's like Sorry, it's just all on sale.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because it didn't sell or what, but he figured out a method.
I
And
think
this shit is
also
selling, bro.
I think he's also got a really goated kid on his team, fucking Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, the way Jesus is a smart kid, man. He knows how the industry works genuinely, and he knows what he's doing. And so I think like the whole photo shoot vibes, everything on the brand has become a real brand. They have a strong foundation right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like you said, them being able to realize one whole collection isn't gonna work as one spread out evenly, and honestly, everything I feel like with doing that, they've given themselves so much time to actually get everything and make sure it's like a not something that's rushed. Like they enjoyed every shoot, they enjoyed the with the models and
And you can
everything.
tell some of the shoots were on the same day, maybe.
Yeah,
You know, like you can tell that they were kind of, but the thing is that they just did it,
you
bro.
get it
Like
out.
and like you said, you can consume it. Whether you don't want to, well, you can buy the product or you can buy the
You're
product,
gonna see it.
you're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, whoa, intrigued. Everything that they've been dropping, I'm just intrigued and I'm enamored by the way that they're making stuff and the way that they're promoting it. You
And
know,
yeah, and that was another thing. Aesthetics, like if you go look at the whole brand aesthetic, they're consistent with every shoe, but each shoe is different
that's
in
why
its
I
own
think that
way.
they did it the same day because it's all so consistent that you're
Yeah,
like, whoa, dude, this is like, you know,
yeah, because it goes all well together. But and even then, like I said, they have mastered their aesthetic. They mastered their vibe. I feel like they genuinely have figured out what their niche is, and they're getting into it.
and that's the thing. Like, look at if you look at their niche, right? It fits their brand perfectly.
Yeah,
If I try to do a photo shoot like a Comey tomorrow, how would that look for my brand?
yeah. It wouldn't.
You know, if I post that on my feed, you're not gonna like understand. That's why like a lot of people tell me like, oh, I have a studio or this and that, and it's like, bro, like realistically, like I want to go to the street and shoot because like when I think of hoodlum, I think of a street. I
Yeah,
don't think of a white background.
yeah,
You know?
and that's literally the same thing. Like how I've said before too. It's like it's all about the experience, what you're doing while wearing the clothing and all that. And so yeah, we're very different brands from like a Comey.
It works for them
Yeah,
because their shit is so clean cut. It's like professional as fuck. But our brands, like I'm not saying they're not professional. They're just a little more like,
it's raunchy.
yeah,
It's
like a little more rugged, bro. It's a little more.
they're right in between very high fashion and streetwear high fashion. They're not
Mhm.
even anywhere near streetwear. They're past that. So like that's where like they
When I
have
think
to
of a
be that
Comey, I think
aesthetic.
of like a $500 restaurant.
Yeah.
And when I think of hoodlum, I think about like the burger joint in the corner, you
No,
know? But
no, no. Like
no, but like
yeah,
I
I get what you're
mean, that's
saying.
the
Yeah.
people that are gonna be like people wearing hoodlum aren't gonna be in a $500 restaurant, you know?
Well, I mean that would be
They
the hope.
they
You would
could be,
hope. Yeah. You
they
would
could
want.
be,
Yeah.
but realistically, they're
It's
gonna be skateboarding on the street.
that is
You
true.
feel?
Yeah. There's in
Like
betweens.
I'm keeping it legit. Like it's like I don't imagine the people. I'm not gonna imagine the most bougie guy wearing an all white tuxedo to come up to my booth
Well,
and be like, "Oh, let me get your T-shirt."
well, you're
Or like,
discrediting a lot of people here, but
what do you mean?
because like you definitely have like trappers or like bros or like hype
Yeah.
beasts and all that wearing your stuff.
Uh huh.
And so there's still those are still people that are in $500 restaurants.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No,
But
but I
I'm
get like what
saying
you're saying,
like,
like the white guys and
yeah,
shit.
like the
Yeah.
most like like fucking
But even then, like, because I feel like a Comey also the most suit tuxedoed up guy will not just wear a Comey or whatever. Like those new shoes they dropped, those shoes are go insane. The whole laces thing, how you can like wrap them
so
around
good, bro.
it's insane. Like the idea behind them is so cool, and it's not just like a regular like Doc
Regular.
Martin silhouette or anything. Like
It's
they,
so heavy the leather. We
oh yeah,
talked
you
about this
felt it,
weeks
yeah,
ago, bro.
yeah.
It's so heavy. The leather's so nice on them. Oh my god, bro. They're so beautiful.
But that's like really a brand that's really doing it. I mean, they went to New York Fashion Week.
Hey, something Gabby always tells me is just because I'm doing it
I
doesn't mean
mean,
you can do it
yeah,
too.
no, and for sure, man. I think it's just more like they're really showing us the way. Like it's possible. I think at the end of the day, we get very into ourselves, and we're like, "Fuck! Like, why am I doing this? Like, what's the whole point?" But it's possible. It's like those worries aren't. They shouldn't be worries. It's possibilities of what could happen if you don't choose the right path. If you worry about something, like a worry isn't a worry until you worry about it. And so, like, it could be a problem, but what are you going to do for it to not be a problem? Don't worry about it being a problem because you found the solution. So it's like if you're being hard on yourself, just always remember like everybody, all these brands are doing it. Like Gabby's doing it. If you look at Gabby, bro, Gabby's the most humble dude ever. You would never be able to tell to be like, oh, this guy's big baller brand over here, this and
Ooh.
that. Like very humble, very nice. Fucking let us into his home, like. So
When we met him, he was very nice.
say that about everyone we meet.
Um, I
But
don't know. Something I read today. The homie posted on his story. He says that uh, a pessimist will make a problem out of every opportunity,
yeah,
and an
and
optimist will make an opportunity
out
out
of
of
every
every
problem.
problem. You
Yep.
know. So I feel like a lot of people will look at this and be like, man, like the other day I told you some guy hit me up where can I find a screen printer? And I'm like, do you live in Utah? Nope. Okay, then just look up a screen printer near me on Google, bro, and you will find it. You know,
Yeah.
like a lot of people really make this harder than it really is. You know.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, and I mean, shit, I'm one to be like, yeah, I've made it way harder than it really is, honestly. And so, like, honestly, yeah, it's like when there's problems, find the opportunity in it, and don't find a reason to complain. At the end of the day, you should always look at it like things could be worse, you know. Like when shit happens, I always go and think of the first thing that could have been worse than that. Like when my car broke down. I could have been like, well, shit, now I don't have a car, but I was like, yo, I have a house at least. Like, I have two jobs. Like, I'm fine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like when I moved out here, I had just gotten fired and I was stressing about that. But it was like, look, now I don't have to work night jobs. Now I don't have to do a night shift. I can sleep regularly. I can do what I want. So always look into the brighter things of shit. And when shit looking down, try to find the up in it, you know, because you'll find it, bro. I mean,
It's a lot of the times it's just the attitude you have towards like life and stuff that's really it. Instead of like, bro, sometimes I think I have fucking it hard, and then I talk to a person, a random stranger or someone that works with me or something, and
yeah,
listen to their problems, and they're like fucking hella problems, and I'm like, damn, bro, my shit isn't even that bad, you
yeah.
know? I'm happy going back to my life. Like, damn, bro, that sucks, you know?
Yeah, bro, working at a smoke shop, let me tell you. Yeah, I feel that same exact way. And then like even seeing people like either fiend for certain things or be on their last dime trying to make shit work, like it's like, oh shit, you know what? I'm super thankful for this.
Yeah,
And fuck, and it is gonna be hard. Like we're not saying like we're always happy people. We're not always on the go. You know, Omar has his days. I have my days. Like, but you just have to try every day, and that'll make your day just at least 1% better. Like the whole point of life is if you're not getting better at least by 1% every day, then like what are you doing? You know?
if you're the same person you were yesterday, then like, you really aren't doing anything to better yourself, you
Yeah,
know?
you're just wasting time. It's
I
like
hate to hear this, the people that are like, I've never changed. I've been the same person forever. And I'm like, damn, bro,
that's
that fucking sucks,
disgusting.
dude.
Yeah,
Damn, dude, that fucking sucks. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Sorry to hear
No,
that.
fuck that, man. Yeah, you want to change. What is a book I read? One of the quotes is like, you want to think of life like, do you want to live casually or live as a casualty?
Damn,
You know, so it's like you pick, you decide like which way you want to go. But at the end of the day, I want to live casually. So,
that's
um,
fire. Did you hear that? In Mexico, they're opening up a Chipotle.
oh, you've been what? You've been fiending to talk about this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
that's I don't know if that's gonna work. I've seen studies and it says like most Mexican restaurants that open up in Mexico, like that are not actual Mexican restaurants, do not work for obvious fucking reasons. Who's gonna go to
Well,
Chipotle?
and that's what you have to realize, bro. Like people aren't eating fast food out there. There's taco stands in every corner.
Even Taco Bell opened and it didn't work out
Yeah,
there.
they have genuine home cooked meals at restaurants you can find by walking to any street and just sit down, you know?
Yeah,
So it's a cool, innovative idea for Chipotle, but that shit that only works here in the United States, really, and maybe in like the UK and in Canada.
I never hear my cousins be like, "We went to McDonald's," and
Never,
when I do, I'm like, "Huh?"
bro. When I went
Like,
to Mexico, I didn't see a single McDonald's, and I was in the city.
I saw Starbucks because like
Oh yeah, I did see a
we
few
went out of our
Starbucks.
way to go get it, but
Yeah,
I didn't like just see like, oh, Starbucks right there in the corner. Let me go get it. You know, like
I the only reason I saw Starbucks is because in the city, like it's a lot of buildings and stuff, so a lot of the buildings had them like downstairs and all
you're
that.
right though. Like there's not a lot of
There's not
like
fast food. There's
no.
no one stopping
There's like
in the
taco
drive through.
stands and
It's
like
because all that stuff's
gas
illegal.
stations, and
Like you
that's
got to
really it.
realize it's not real food. Like when you go buy chips at the Mexican market in Mexico, it has the warnings on it: excessive calories,
Hmm.
excessive sugar, not
Yeah,
good for you, coloring, dyes, this and that.
you're gonna get fat.
Yeah, here, bro, not a single fucking thing.
You flip the chip bag around, it has a picture of a fat kid right there.
And you're
Like,
like,
yeah, I
yeah,
want
I
this.
want this. I want to be like that. Um, but kind of to go back to the Comey thing, I mean, shout out Comey. Like it's super. Like as someone from Utah, like obviously Comey, Gabby's not from here and all that, but like I'm very prideful, like of a Utah brand, you can say or whatever. Especially with like Jesus, who's someone that I never even met before, but grew up fucking near me, around me, and like he's doing the same shit way further ahead. But like Superline shared their shit. I don't know if they hit him up. I don't know if they went about it. but I really think that's
But
genuine.
regardless, that's cool as
It's
fuck.
sick as
You know,
fuck. It's genuinely super
whether they
dope.
pay for it or not, cool as fuck that they got posted on such a
But
big
and you
platform.
also have to realize like that's the right brand to post. Like Superline probably was like, yeah, because that's look the aesthetic,
That's
the
the
way they're
right thing to pay
shots.
for too.
Yeah, that is the right thing to
You
pay
feel?
for.
Like I'm not mad. I'm not saying yo they paid for it. I don't care, bro. That's the right thing to pay for, bro. That's you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
if they did, I'm not saying they did, but if they did, I do not blame them, bro. I would pay for that shit too. I shell out however much too, because
Yeah.
how many followers they have and shit, bro.
And
What the
if
fuck?
your brand is that type of brand,
But
fucking
I don't
do
think
it.
Superline's like a pay and will post brand. I think they're more
They have
like
to
a
fuck
if
with
I fuck
you.
with you, I'll
Yeah.
post. You know, so
And the other cool thing that I really thought is I went through the comments as always, like, trying to see what's up. And I just want to like really show love to all the people from Salt Lake, a lot of the creators from out here, the kid from
create.
Dirty Mud, yeah, Muddy Sun or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, create a lot of Tay, a lot of these people were in the comments, hell yeah, fire this and that. It's super cool to see that we can actually come together and support a brand and like not hate on them, regardless of what he's saying before behind closed doors or whatever. Like everyone went on that post and they're from Utah. No one in Superline, no one in the fucking fashion world gives a fuck about Utah. Like unless you're Batson or now a Comey, like these are the big brands. Or what's the other Akimbo? Like, but even then, Batson doesn't like representing itself that it's from Utah.
Really?
Yeah, they don't like that
Hmm.
because they're way bigger than them. No one in Utah wanted to show them love. Like you have to realize they had to leave Utah to get love.
Damn.
And same thing with like car jewelry. You got to realize
You think
like
it's the price point?
yeah.
People in Utah don't like to spend money on clothes like that.
Well,
But a fucking Post Malone does a concert here. They're gonna
dude,
willingly spend $200 on his
Suicide
hoodie.
Boys, they're gonna
You
go a
know, they're
thousand
gonna
dollars.
willingly spend bread on them. But hey,
Yeah.
some brand that's doing good out here from Utah, they're like, oh, 40? Nah, 200 for a really cool pair of pants? Nah, I'm okay.
The other thing is like, um, we've had this conversation behind closed doors about a specific person, but Batson is their brand is too far ahead for us. Like in Utah, nobody understands that. Even the fits, like I've seen people rock the Batson stuff, and some of the fits are like, that's not fitting.
Questionable.
Yeah, it's like I get it, but I don't. Like that's not part of it. So yeah, Batson here is like just so up ahead. Like they definitely are so high fashion. Akimbo, I mean, they mainly do like they're known for their hoodies, like the way that they fit, because they have that vintage fit and all that. And then I don't know if you've seen their pictures. They're like the ones where they like fold it with the sleeves and all that.
The $100 Carhartt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They kill it. They don't really show anything of them being about Utah either. Like they don't really care. Like I said, at the end of the day, like
Do you though?
do I care about being about Utah?
No. Do you post about you being from Utah?
Yeah.
Not really.
I mean, not. Oh well, yeah. Not on
You
my
never.
not on my business account. But I feel like our shots.
I don't either.
Yeah, no, but I
Yeah,
think
if
like
you
our
know you're from
shots.
here or from Utah, but
Yeah.
it's not like I have like Ada One's best brand on fucking like
Oh yeah, no,
like,
but I'm just saying like it's so crazy that nobody in our own state is willing to support these other brands because they either don't understand it or they're too expensive and they're not willing to support. And like you said, like they're willing to go to a $200 concert for someone that doesn't give a fuck about
not
them,
even that. They're willing to spend like 400 to be at the concert, and then
and
they
then
spend 200 on the hoodie
on some shitty merch.
that just printed on Gildan, bro. And it's like, what the fuck, like.
Yeah, and so like I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't expect these brands to be like, yeah, Salt Lake, this and that. But it sucks because our state gets no recognition because even the brands from here don't want to be from here. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel that. Like
Because it's
there,
like,
there is brands like that are just like, oh no, we're not from local. We're like, and it's
yeah,
like, bro, you gotta start somewhere.
yeah. And so
Like
it's like, that's why, like, in Cali, like, people don't give a fuck if they're
what
considered a
if Young
local
Thug was like,
brand.
I'm not from Atlanta?
Yeah.
Like how fucking whack would that be?
And so, yeah, I think that's the other thing is like, us not being prideful in our own state has set our state back so much. Because now all the business, all the innovation, all that has to go elsewhere where it's going to be understood and all that. So I just think like that's why we're so far behind, even just on fashion and clothing. Because like even on your spin, like you said, you've been doing it for so long, and the way that it's going here, the pace here, it's a good moving pace, but it's not compared to fucking L.A. or New York or Atlanta or fucking
I also like can't like not fault myself because
no,
it's not like I feel like if I went harder on marketing
yeah,
and whatever, posted every day and stuff, like yeah, I would probably
yeah,
do a
but
lot more. But also
you're
like
doing very like
I want it to be organic, bro.
yeah,
I don't want every day to be like buy my product, buy my product, buy my.
yeah.
That's cool, but I don't want to be that brand that is like buy my product, buy go buy this and go buy that and go. It's like I want it to be organic, bro. If you
No,
want to
for
buy that
sure.
shit, buy that shit. If you don't want to buy that shit, don't
Don't
buy
buy
that shit,
shit.
bro. You know.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't have a stress, bro. I don't care if I don't blow up.
Yeah.
I don't want to be famous. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Well, at the end of the day, it's not
bro.
even just about, like, I don't like when I think about like this. It's like I don't think about it being famous either. Like I don't. I'm not like I want to be a famous designer. I like at the end of the day, genuinely, it's more just about being successful. Like literally, like the term successful designer sounds better
Bro,
than
if I can have
famous
like only
designer.
5,000 followers, but every
Sell
single
out.
time those 5,000 followers buy something, that's all I
That's
want,
perfect.
bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a fucking 100 million followers and then still struggle to like, like
Yeah.
then I have to
Sell two items.
sell my shoes for $80 2 years later because nobody wanted to buy them,
Who are you getting?
Ass pizza. You know,
Are
like
you the 730 ones?
yeah. Yeah,
The
he's selling them for $80 now because he had overstock of everything.
wow.
Everything's on sale right now on the Ass Pizza site.
Oh wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, and he has so many followers. You would think that someone like that is making all these sales.
It's also, but like, Ass Pizza has such a weird rep. Like he has a strange, like, not from just like not shipping and all that,
Just
but
making the
just in
clothes, just
general,
like
like
it's weird.
weird, like very strange. And there's nothing, bro. Keep doing your thing. At the end of the day, keep you doing your thing. I saw the picture of the denim bag that I had done and gave to him the other day, and like how you were like, oh, like he had done this, like, and he had printed on them and stuff like that. And I was like, really? And then he showed me a picture, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like at the end of the day, it's still cool what he's doing, but he just has like a weird. There's a weird thing to his name. I feel like,
Like a
and
weird
then
stigma.
yeah, weird stigma. And then like a few months ago, he was saying like everyone's inspired from him, and so like he really wanted to have like a full Kanye moment or something, but it didn't work out. No one's inspired. Also, the stupid jeans. We never talked about this. The stupid pay your own jeans or whatever.
Where are
Dog
they?
shit.
I haven't seen anyone post them.
I haven't seen him posting, but he posted like the pictures of him.
Yeah, they're almost done. Or
They're
something.
all the same, and they're all dog shit.
All of them look the same, and they were just screen printed, like right here. And
The
that's
only
it.
difference was like some were chain stitch and some were screen print, and that's it.
And some of them had different colors.
Yeah, but I mean, anyways, let's fucking move on.
That's
But
crazy.
shit, Nike stepping it up. I don't know about stepping it up, maybe stepping it down. But they've innovated the new reverse Nike Air Force One.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going here. I was confused for a little.
That was good. That was good.
You got me. I was intrigued.
Yeah. I already have reverse Air Force Ones.
And I'm sure that the girl you're talking to or your girlfriend
My
has a pair too, guys. Has a pair too. Go look in her closet. They're already there, gang.
Yeah, but so I guess these are white Air Forces and black Air Forces that reverse.
That are already cooked.
They're
pre-cooked.
They're pre-cooked.
Pre-cooked forces.
They're probably going to be $120.
They're $130. They're $130. And they come with a toothbrush.
So you can cook them more.
No. They come with a toothbrush. You can clean them.
Oh, I thought, but doesn't it brush it away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It brushes away the cookness, and then it makes it clean. So this is the idea, okay?
So it goes from white to black.
No.
Oh, the dirty blackness goes white?
No. I don't know if they made a black one. I've only seen a white one.
Oh, I saw
It's black. A dirty white one, okay? Yeah. So then when you wear it, the dirtiness goes away, and then it makes it clean. So it's you know how Nike loves to do like the
I thought it was like the white would get dirty and turn black, and that's why you brush it so the white goes away.
No.
And then I saw the black one, and so I thought you brushed the black one and the white would come out.
No, the dirtiness goes away.
This show's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's why I told you it doesn't make sense to me because like, it's theoretically it makes sense, right? It's dirty. You wear the shoe, the paint cracks away, kind of the.
But they're already like pre-creased and everything.
Yes, so the paint, like. So then it makes it clean. But realistically, that's not what's going to happen because when you wear a shoe, it gets dirty, right?
It's just going to get dirty.
Yeah, so it's not going to really get any more clean. It's just going to get more dirty.
I need to see some videos.
I need to buy the shoe.
Air Force. I mean, Nike, please send them. Fuck. Send us the reverse.
So when did Cook Forces become cool? Because I thought Cook Forces
is not cool.
And now Cook Forces are getting sold for $130.
What is going on?
I feel like we're in the simulation, bro.
Bro, people are retarded.
Bro, I can jump off of a building right now.
All right, please don't do that.
I won't die, bro. I feel like we're in a simulation.
Let's boycott these Cook Forces.
Yeah, we can't keep buying them.
Please.
Something we shouldn't boycott though is Kid Super became the Brooklyn ambassador.
Yo.
Don't know what that means, but shout out to
It was
Kid
the
Super.
art ambassador.
Oh, shout out Kid Super.
Like the art director ambassador.
That's when we always say that like this fashion stuff is fashion, but it can take you so much further than.
Well, that's what
I was trying to describe. Like explain to you the other day. Like, yeah, we do this podcast and we don't fucking get 12 views. We have 100 subscribers. Shout out all of you. But we can take it way further, bro. Like it's not like just because like you think Kid Super was 15 screen printing fake vape, and he was like in Brooklyn, and one day he was like, I'm gonna be the fucking ambassador of this bitch.
Yeah.
No, bro, he was just working. He was just doing his thing, and then eventually all those doors opened.
Yeah.
So I feel like at the end of the day, bro, like this may be a little hard, and maybe
No, you just gotta take it wherever.
You just gotta do it, bro. Cause if you don't do it, who else is doing it, bro?
Who the fuck is gonna do this?
Who the fuck else is doing it?
And I mean, I got in contact with Stay Grounded yesterday. They fucked with it. I mean, bro, like
in general, who's doing this? What we're doing? Like maybe Blasey and House Phone, and no one else
on
is
the Reconnected,
and no one else is doing podcasts about fashion, bro.
Watch and mark my words here. We are gonna be second to the Reconnected podcast until we pass them. Because like he said, there's
no one else is doing
there's no other fashion clothing breaking this shit down.
Hour long
There
format. May be little 2-minute videos or whatever, but ain't nobody doing this shit for fucking an hour every week, bro.
And just breaking everything down.
Everything that even you guys don't care about. Do you guys even know who Kid Super is? Probably fucking not. Do you care that he's the Brooklyn art ambassador?
Probably
fucking not. But here we are talking about it, bro. Who else is doing this shit?
Because the opportunities in this world, if you make
when I look at a white wall, I love the white wall because it just allows me to know all the opportunity. I can pay anything on there. It's like a white canvas.
Bro, dude, fucking spitting, man.
Did you see the Forino or Forino? I think that's how you say his name. I don't know how I say it.
Fiorino, the one I sent you, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode. Unfortunately, the camera ran out of storage, so we have to do this intro kind of quick because we don't know how much storage we do.
Yeah,
have.
we're gonna
have to figure that out next time.
Yes, sir.
We love you guys. This was a good episode.
Yep.
Peace out. Love you guys.
On schedule.
Come to the May event, please.